Why don't you share another rescue story with us? This is so fun.
Yeah. So I can tell a story about the time that we went to Joe Exotic's Roadside Zoo to rescue 19 tigers.
Wow.
So Joe wasn't supposed to be there, but the zoo had taken in 19 tigers from another facility that PETA was suing. And as a result of that, Joe and his business partner at the time, Jeff Lowe, were either going to get embroiled in that lawsuit themselves, or they had to turn over the cats to PETA for placement. And so they opted for that. And so Joe wasn't supposed to be there, but of course we showed up on the day and he came walking out. So my job was to keep Joe occupied while the sanctuaries actually moved the tigers, so that he didn't get in the way.
Wow.
So
what did you do, Brittany? What did you do to distract him?
Well, we kind of made friends.
Okay.
And he took
Your dog
me
is
around.
listening. Your dog is listening. He is like, yeah, what did you do, Brittany?
He's very interested. Yeah. So we walked around the zoo and he showed me anything that I wanted to see. And we started talking about possibly getting out of the industry, which never happened until he was arrested. But we kept in touch after that, and we ended up, as a result of those ongoing interactions, we were able to rescue 20 more tigers.
Oh, wow.
3 bears, 2 baboons, and they're so beautiful. And then just before he fled the zoo and was arrested, he texted me asking for help to place the 2 chimpanzees at the facility. So,
wow, that's kind of nice.
Thank goodness we were able to help place those instead of them being placed in a roadside zoo. So sometimes, when you have an opportunity to make nice with someone, who's seemingly an enemy, and there aren't always a lot of opportunities to do that, but it can result in a lot of good.
Well, Joe, he likes to describe himself as outspoken, good looking, and he likes to have fun, is what he says about himself.
Well, we all think those things, buddy. But
you think that about him?
No, about ourselves, not about him. I don't know if we're supposed to go there, but what has he done that got him so in trouble? Was he also hitting animals in front of the public?
Yeah, so that was one of the things that got him in trouble. He he was horrific to animals. He was a monster. His biggest charge was for the fact that he hired 2 different people to murder Carol Baskin. Thankfully, he didn't succeed, but he was charged and convicted on 2 counts of murder for hire.
Wow. I did not know that part.
Yeah. And then he was also convicted on a number of counts of violating the Endangered Species Act, both for trafficking an endangered species and also for, as Jamie said, shooting a number of tigers in the head in order to make room for tigers that he was being paid to keep at his facility from a circus exhibitor for the season.
Wow. What can people do to help end roadside zoos and not support them?
So the biggest thing that everyone can do, and if everybody did this, we could end this industry tomorrow.
What?
Don't buy a ticket.
Okay.
Yeah, don't buy a ticket. Just don't go. It's really that simple. Don't go to roadside zoos. And another really important thing for people to do, especially now, even though big cat cub petting is illegal in the United States, there is still a massive issue of public contact with wild animals. This is what makes these seedy roadside zoo operators rich.
Right.
So never, ever, ever pay to pose with a sloth or an otter or a lemur or any wild animal. And if you see your friends and family posting photos of themselves doing it, please speak up.
Yeah.
And please let us know whenever you see a facility that's doing this or hear about a facility that's doing this. But what we want to do is we want to make it as toxic to post photos of yourself on Instagram posing with a sloth as it is to wear a fur coat.
Yeah.
So let's all work together and make that happen.
I agree. Would you say like that, like the roadside zoos, that's also like abroad, right? Like I know people are like, oh, I want to ride these elephants when I go over here. Those are kind of roadside zoos, right?
Yeah, absolutely. No reputable facility will allow you to ride an elephant, to bathe an elephant, or to get anywhere near an elephant. They are deadly. They can kill you with a flick of their trunk.
Right. Yeah.
And when something like that happens, it's ultimately the animal that suffers. And that's why no reputable facility would ever allow you to get anywhere near an elephant.
Appreciate them from afar.
So if people wanted something to do on the weekends and they want to see animals or interact with them, what would you recommend they go to or look for?
You can go to the Global Federation of Animal Sanctuaries website, and that has an interactive map of all of the accredited sanctuaries across the United States. Not all of them are open to the public, but a lot of them are.
Okay.
And they do guided educational tours where you'll be able to see rescued animals engaging in natural behavior, swimming in pools, foraging. And you'll also learn their stories, and you'll learn more about these industries and what you can do to help stop them.